Hello, good evening everyone. Today we'll discuss a new chapter called as symmetrical components. So what is symmetrical component? Why we require a symmetrical component? Okay. So first we have to understand the importance of symmetrical component, right? And resolve unbalanced phasors into symmetrical component. So synthesize unbalanced phasor from their symmetrical component. Explain the phase shift occurring in star delta transformer bank and estimate the power in the system using symmetrical component. So these are the terms we have to discuss in this chapter. So introduction about the symmetrical component. In previous study what we have done, so we have symmetrical fault analysis. Another one is unsymmetrical fault analysis. In symmetrical fault analysis can be directly analyzed through the Kirchhoff laws. Okay, but in unsymmetrical fault analysis, the magnitude and phase angle magnitude and phase angle both will be changed after the fault. Okay, so magnitude and phasor angle of the voltage, current, and all the things, it will be going to be change in case of unsymmetrical fault. For that purpose, so we need to simplify the unsymmetrical fault, that is to analyze the unsymmetrical fault, that is analysis of unsymmetrical fault. So we require a symmetrical component technique. Okay, so that can be discovered by this approach was developed by Dr. Charles L. Fortis. So after this method is called as symmetrical component method. Okay, so this is a more convenient and elegant method for analyzing the unbalanced system. Okay, so it is a mathematical tool. Symmetrical component means this is an entirely mathematical tool for understanding and analyzing the unbalanced polyphase system, right? For unbalanced polyphase system, to calculate the unbalanced polyphase system, we require a mathematical tool. So that is called as symmetrical component. Okay. So according to Fortis theorem, any unbalanced polyphase system of n relative phasors may be resolved into n system of balanced phasor called as symmetrical component, or it is also termed as sequence component. We can also called as sequence components or symmetrical components of original phasor. Okay, the n phasors, each set of components are equal in length and the angle between the adjacent phasors of the set are equal. As mentioned previously, the method of symmetrical component is a general one applicable to any unbalanced polyphase system. Okay, so because of widespread use of three-phase system, the study is here confined to the three-phase system. Okay, so resolution of unbalanced phasor into symmetrical components. Okay, so unbalanced, what is balanced? Balanced means, so all are equal in magnitude, right? All phasors are equal in magnitude and phase angle are 120 degree apart, right? So this is called as balanced. All phasors are equal in magnitude A, B and C. So this diagram is showing, so that is equal in magnitude. So unequal, so unsymmetrical, so or unbalanced means there is no equal in magnitude. So you look into this diagram. VA having a longest magnitude, highest magnitude, and VB and VC all are different in magnitude and also different in angles also. Angle is not also equal to 120 degree apart. So angle is also not uniform. Okay, so this is called the unbalanced phasor. VA, VB and VC, that is shown here, right? So this is the balanced phasor. So balanced means any balanced supply that is called as equal in magnitude and differ from 120 degree apart, that is called as balanced system. So now a set of three unbalanced phasors, the voltage or it may be current, can be resolved into three set of balanced phasors. Okay, each set containing the three phasors, the three sets of balanced component called as positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence component. Okay, suppose we need to convert this unbalanced phasor into a balanced system, so we require a symmetrical components or sequence components. What are those sequence components? One is positive sequence component, negative sequence component and zero sequence component. Okay, so positive, negative and zero sequence components are there for the analyzing the symmetrical component. Okay, so positive sequence means what? Positive sequence means, so that is the balanced system. So I have written here A, B, C. So all are equal in magnitude, differ from 120 degree. Okay, so the direction will be like this. If you have to take positive direction, it is anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so A, B and C, and the phase sequence is, this is A, B, C. When you are writing anti-clockwise direction, that is positive, and here if you take in this direction, that is will be negative. Okay, so now, so the phase sequence will be what? Here A, B, C is the phase sequence, but we have to go through like this. This is A, this is B and C. Phase sequence is A, B, C. Okay, so it's called as positive sequence. So what is the negative sequence? Positive sequence consists of three balanced phasors equal in magnitude displaced from each other by 120 degree apart in phase and having the same phase sequence and the original unbalanced phasors. So negative sequence component consists of three balanced phasors are equal in magnitude displayed from 120 degree in phase and having a phase sequence is opposite to the original unbalanced phasors. Okay, so second one is also negative sequence, is the only thing is change is, so the phase sequence will be changed and remaining will be as it is. So this is A, so phase sequence will be ACB. Phase sequence will be ACB. That is called as, so this is A as a reference and this will become B and this will become C. So that is called as, this will becomes B and this will become C. So that is called as negative sequence component. Okay, and zero sequence components are a set of three phasors equal in magnitude with zero displacement each other. So zero sequence components are like this. So all are equal in magnitude and also phasor angle is also, both all are in phase. So there is no phase difference between all the phases. So A, B, C. Okay, phase difference is zero. So this is called as zero sequence component. Okay, let the direction of rotation of the phasors be the anti-clockwise direction, then it can be observed that phase sequence of the unbalanced phasor is ABC. So initially I have told the phase sequence is ABC. The positive sequence, that is VA1, VB1 and VC1. that constituting the three-phase system are equal in magnitude and are symmetrically displaced by 120 degree. Okay, so there are three diagrams are there. So we will write the in terms of positive sequence. This is the positive sequence. This is the negative sequence. This is the zero sequence. Okay, we'll make it as three components: VA1 and VB1 and VC1. All are equal in magnitude and differ from 120 degree apart. Okay, so in anti-clockwise direction have to consider, and phase sequence will be in clockwise direction: A1, B1, C1. So that is ABC. That is your sequence. So this is called as positive sequence. So in negative sequence, so A2, B2 and C2. Here we A1, B1, C1 in this direction. Here A2, B2, C2 in the opposite direction. So the negative component VA2, VB2 and VC2 constituting three-phase system are equal in magnitude, symmetrically displaced by 120 degree, and as a phase sequence of ACB opposite to the original phasor. Opposite to this is the original phasor, then it is called as negative sequence component. So only changes. So in the place of C, so B will get. In the place of B, C will be here. Okay. And third one is VA naught, VB naught and VC naught. So this is called as zero sequence component. Okay. Three phasors do not constitute a three-phase system. They are equivalent to three single-phase phasors, three individual phasors of equal magnitude and having a zero displacement between them. Zero displacement between them. So now we can join all these three. Okay, we will get this diagram. Okay, so I will show how to draw this. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so look here. So I want to draw, so VA, VB, VC, right? VA, VB and VC. So this diagram, I want this VA, VB, VC, right? So VA is like this, VB is like this, VC is like this. So this is the resultant component. So that can be obtained from these three components, right? These three phasors, right? First one, I will write VA1, VB1, VC1 as it is. So VA1, VB1 and
Sir,
VC1. So VA1 is like this and VB1 is like this.
excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Sir, I think screen is not shared.
not shared. Shared. Screen is shared. Halesh, is it visible? Halesh,
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Arvind, it is a problem from your side. So once again rejoin Arvind.
Okay, sir.
You will get. Okay. So this is VA1 and this is VB1 and this is VC1, right? So in that, so this VA1, I want VA. VA is equal to VA1 plus VA2 plus VA naught. Okay, VA1, VA2 and VA naught. Okay, to draw these three phasors, you will get VA. Okay, VA having three components, that is one is positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence. So adding of these three, this will get VA. So VA1 is like this. So VA1 is like this. Okay, and VA2 is in this direction. So draw VA2. I will draw VA2 So this is VA2, right? VA2 and VA0. VA0 in downward direction. VA0. I will write, take another color for this. VA0 in this direction. And final term, you join all these three. So from the initial point, so this is called as VA, right? The same thing. This curve you got, right? Now, right? VA1, VA2, and VA0. So VA1 is in this direction, VA2 is in this direction, and VA0 is in this direction. Like draw like this. So we will get VA, right? Similarly, I want VB and VC. So write for VB. So VB1 is in this direction. So VB, want to find out VB. VB is equal to VB1 plus VB2 plus VB0. Okay. VB1 plus VB2 plus VB0. So VB1 in this direction and VB2 is in this direction. This is VB1, this is VB2. One second. So VA is over. Similarly, VC, we have to draw VC. For that, VC1 and VC2. VC2 is like this, and VC1 is like this. This is VC1. This is VC1 in this direction, right? Similarly, VC2 is in this direction. VC2 and VC0 in this direction. VC0. Okay, so join all these three. This will give VC, right? So VA is over and VC is over, and similarly VB we have to draw. So VB is equal to VB0 is in this direction. VB0. So this is VB0 and VB1 and VB2. So this is direction is like this. This is VB2 and this one is VB1. Actually this is VB1. VB1 plus VB2 plus VB0. VB1. Actually this is the straight line, but he has done the mistake. So VB1 is like this. Okay, and VB2 in this direction, upward direction, VB2, and VB0 is in downward direction. Okay, join all these things. This will give VB. Okay, so like that. So there are three components: positive, negative, and zero. Right. So now we have to know about A operator. So what is A operator means? To begin and a familiar ground, we are all conversant with the operator J. You know J operator in the complex form, right? Which is used as a complex number. So how you are converting J into polar form? 1 at an angle 90, right? Magnitude is 1 and angle of J is 90 degree. Okay. So in similarly in case of symmetrical component, it is convenient to have a shorthand method of indicating the rotation of phasor through 120 degree through 120 degree a letter A. Okay, in some cases you can also represented by alpha and gamma in other textbooks. So generally this is A operator. So we will do like a operator. So A is used to designate the operator that causes a rotation of 120 degree. Okay, A means that is 1 at an angle 120 degree. A means 1 at an angle 120 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. This operator is complex number of unit magnitude with a angle of 120 degree and is defined by the following expression. So how we will get this expression I will explain. A at an angle 120 degree means 1 into e raised to j 120 degree, that is called as cos of 120 plus j sin of 120. So this will gives point minus 0.5 plus j 0.866. So A means this is the answer for A. Okay. So I will show here. Okay. Symmetrical components in that operator A. So A is written as 1 at an angle 120, that is equal to 1 into e raised to j 120. J 120 means that is j 120 you can write as 2 pi by 3. So now, so we can write it as this is equal to cos of 120 plus j sin of 120. Okay, how we can write? We can write 120 in terms of 90 plus 30. Similarly, 120 is 90 plus 30. So cos of 90 plus 30 plus j sin of 90 plus 30. Okay, and you can also write it as cos of 1 into 90 plus 30. So 1 is hard number. So all of you know this trigonometrical, this one all silver teacups, 4 quadrant. So in first quadrant all are positive, in second quadrant sign is positive and remaining will be negative, and in third one is tan is positive and remaining is negative, and last one is cos is positive and remaining is negative. Okay, if you take a odd number, so there is a change in sign. So sign is changes to cos, if cos is changes to sign. If you take even number, so there is no change, sign will remain same, cos will remain same as it is. Okay, so if we have taken like this, cos of 120 can be written as 90 plus 30. So in place of 91 into 90 plus 30, so odd number, so therefore cos will does not change. Okay, so write it as it is. Sorry, for odd number it will be change, odd number, so cos is changes to sine. For odd number, sine is changes to cos, right? So what happen here? For odd number, cos is changes to sine. Okay, so in this case, so 90 degree means, so which quadrant here? This is the first quadrant after 90 degree. So because cos of 120 we have 120 means second quadrant, only sign is positive, remaining is negative, so hence we have to take negative. Okay, so minus cos of 60 degree, so we can write this one, and this sign will be, sorry here, okay, minus sine 30 degree plus j sine of 1 into 90 plus 30. Okay, so sine will becomes cos. Okay, at 30 degree. Okay, so this can be written as, so sine 30, this will become minus sine 30 is 0.5 plus cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2, that is 0.866. Okay, So this is the rectangular form of a operator A. So A, it can be written in terms of rectangular format, that is minus 0.5 plus j 0.866. Okay, are you following this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So similarly, I want to write a square now. Okay, what is a square? A into a, that is equal to a square, right? So what is a? A means 1 at an angle 120. Similarly, another a means 1 at an angle 120. So add these things. Okay, 1 into 1, 1. Angle should be, whenever you are multiplying in a polar form, how you are doing? So magnitude will be multiplied and angle will be adding, right? So therefore 120 plus 120, this will becomes 240 degree. So a square is equal to 1 at an angle 240 degree. Okay, so we can also write it as a square is equal to cos of, in place of 120 we will write 240 plus j sine of 240 degree. So therefore cos of 240 we can write it as 180 plus 60. Here also 180 plus 60. So 180 can be written as 2 times of 90. 2 is the even number, so cos will remain same, it will does not change, right? So plus 60 degree. So this is the which quadrant here? 240 means 240, 90, 180. So this is the 270. So we'll get second quadrant. Okay, 180 to 240. So only sign is positive and remaining will be negative. Okay, and plus j sine of 2 into 90 plus 60. So do this, you will get minus cos 60 minus j sine 60. This will give minus 0.5 minus j 0.866. Okay, so we can, this is the rectangular form of operator of a square, right? So similarly we can do for a cube also. A cube is equal to, so what is a cube? A square into a, so that is equal to a cube. So that is written as a square is 1 into 240 plus 1 into 120. So this will gives 1 into 360 degree. 240 plus 120 is 360. That can be written as cos of 360 plus j sine of 360. So 360 can be written as 4 into 90 plus 0 plus j sine of 4 into 90 plus 0. So this will be even number, so there is no change in the sign. So this will become cos of 0 minus j sine of 0. So a cube will becomes 1, right? So therefore always a cube is equal to 1. Okay, so a cube is equal to 1. So similarly a to the power of 4 can be written as a cube into a. So what is a cube? A cube is 1 and multiplied by a, this is equal to a. A to the power of 4 is equal to a, and similarly a to the power of 5 can be written as a cube into a square, that is equal to a to the power of 5. A cube is called as 1 and a square will be written as it is. So whenever a to the power of 5 is there, this will becomes a square. What is a square? 1 at an angle 240 degree. So these are the basics of operator a. Okay, and similarly these things will be obtained. So like this, 1 plus a plus a square. So like your algebra. Okay, so it is like algebra. So 1 plus, these are some of the rotations. So some of the equations you should know. So 1 plus a square. So what is 1? 1 right as it is. What is a? A is equal to, so right, minus 0.5 plus j 0.866. And what is a square? Minus 0.5 minus j 0.866. It is minus 0.5 plus j 0.6. Here minus 0.5 minus j 0.6. Okay, so minus 0.5 and minus 0.5 is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 get cancels, and plus j 0.866 and minus j 0.66 will be cancelled. So then we can write as 1 plus a square is equal to 0. Okay, So this is the equation. And similarly, a cube we have done. What is a cube? A cube is equal to 1. Okay, we have done. This is a cube is equal to 1. Similarly, a to the power of 4, a to the power of is equal to 4 is equal to a to the power of 5 is equal to a square. And also a conjugate is also is equal to a square, and a minus a square is written as j into root 3, and a square minus a is written as minus j into root 3. These terms are useful while doing the problems, right? Any doubt regarding this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
What about others? Arvind, Sushmita,
No, sir. No, sir.
is it clear? Sushmita?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next one. So I have already explained this one concept, phase sequence ABC. Okay. So VA1, VB1 and VC1. Similarly, VA2, this is VA2 and VB2 and VC2, VA0, VB0 and VC0. Okay. Here VA1 is taken like this. This is a reference phasor. So one VB1 is 120 degree from this. So positive will be taken like this, and this is VC1 balanced positive sequence component. Okay, here phase sequence is ABC. So if you consider anti-clockwise direction, so this is A, and counting will be in the reverse order. A1, VB1 and VC1 means ABC is your phase sequence. Okay, in phase sequence here, so A2, this is VB2, this is VA2, this is VB2, this is VB2, and this is VC2. All are having 120 degree apart. Okay, VACB. Okay, this is anti-clockwise direction. So phase sequence will be in the reverse order: A2, C2, and B2. ACB. So this is your phase sequence. This is called as, this sequence is opposite to the first one, hence it is called as negative sequence component. So all two terms, one one term indicate positive sequence, two term indicates negative sequence, zero term indicates zero sequence. Okay, VA0, VB0 and VC0. Same diagram we have written like this. Okay, so now we can write it as total term VA is equal to VA0 plus VA1 plus VA2. This is equal to VA, right? VA is equal to VA0 plus VA1 plus VA2. This is called, this is okay. So this is phase voltages will written in terms of sequence components. Okay. Similarly, VB is equal to VB naught, VB naught plus VB1 plus VB2, right? This one. Similarly, VC can be written as, so that is obtaining from this diagram. Okay, addition of all these things, you will get total summation VA, VB, VC, right? So this is called VC naught plus VC1 plus VC2. VC naught plus VC1 plus VC2. So in all the things, there are three components. One is positive sequence component, positive sequence, negative sequence, and zero sequence. So this is zero sequence component, positive sequence component, and negative sequence components. All are present. If you add all these things, you will get the total unbalanced phase voltage, that is VA. Okay, so up to here, is it clear everyone, right? Up to here, any doubt regarding this? If anyone having doubt, please ask. We will move to the further steps, right? So again, VB1 leads VA1 by 240 degree, right? VB1 is here, where is VB1? VB1 is here, right? This VB1 and VA1. So where is VA1? So VA1 is here. So what is the angle between here to here? What is the phase sequence here? ABC. So VA, VA2, VB. So in this is positive direction. Here to here 120 degree from the reference. Here to here 240 degree, right? From VA1 to VB1, you have to go in this anti-clockwise direction only. Okay, so or we can also write it as minus 120 degree or plus 240 degree. What is the relation between A1 and B1? A1 and B1. A1 is the reference. From the reference, A1 to C1 is 120, A1 to B1 is 240, or minus 120, or minus 120, right? Similarly, VC1 leads VA1. So VC1 leads VA1 by 120, right? So that is plus 120. Is it clear? Here to here. Similarly, we can write it as VB1 is equal to VA1 at an angle 240 degree, right? Similarly, VC1 is written as VC1 leads VA1. VC1 is written as VA1 at an angle 120 degree from the figure A. Right? What is A operator? So we will write these terms in terms of A operator. These terms in terms of A operator. So A is what? 1 at an angle 120. A square means 1 at an angle 240. Right? So VB1 can be written as, so 1 at an angle 240. So 1 at an angle 240 is called as what? A square multiplied by VA1. VA1. Right? Can we write like this? 1 at an angle 240 is called as A square. 1 at an angle 240. 1 at an angle 240 is called as A square, right? And 1 at an angle 120 is called as A, right? So therefore, what is VC1? VC1 is equal to VA1 at an angle 120. Because 120 is there, 1 at an angle 120 is called as A. So therefore, VC1 is equal to VA1 into 1 into 120. 1 into 120 can be written as A multiplied by VA1. Is it clear? So we are writing the components in terms of A operator. Similarly, in figure B, okay. So this is A2, here to here 120, here to here 240. Right? So what is VB2? So VB2 is equal to 120 at an angle A2. So 120 means A into VA2. Okay, 120 into VA2, this will give VB2. So what is VC2? 240. 240 means A square. A square into VA2 is equal to VC2. A square into VA2 is equal to VC2. So this is from figure B. In figure C, there is no angle. All are in equal phase. Zero displacement. So VA naught and VB naught and VC naught all are equal. All are equal. So all of you got this concept. How to write in terms of A? 1 at an angle 120 is A. 1 at an angle 240 can be written as A square. Only we are substituting the angles, okay, in terms of A operator. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Ismaya?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Ismaya,
Yes, sir.
any doubt? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we can write it as VA is equal to VA naught plus VA1 plus VA2, right? So in that, similarly, VB is equal to VB naught plus VB1 plus VB2. So this is the positive sequence, first equation, that is, so VA naught, so A1 is positive and A2 is negative, and this is the zero sequence component. Summation of all these things, so this is equal to VA, right? So now write second one is VB. So we have to write all in terms of VA. Okay, even though VB and VC equation we will write in terms of VA equation. So first is the equation VA naught, VA1 and VA2 addition. Similarly, VB is equal to VB naught, VB1, VB2. So we know that VC is equal to VC naught, VC1 and VC2. So these three equations, right? So we will write these three equations. Okay. So then we will write VB in the place of VB here. VB naught, VB1 and VB2. In this case, VB naught is also equal to VA naught, right? VB naught is also equal to VA naught. Substitute here in the place of VB naught, I will write VA naught. All quantities in terms of A, I will write. Okay, VA in the first equation. And what is VB1 here? What is VB1 here? We have written VB1 is equal to A square into VA1, right? Right, A square into VA1. What is VB2? VB2 is equal to A into VA2, right? A into VA2. Okay, so this is equation number 2. And VC naught, VC1 and VC2. VC naught, we can write it as in terms of A, that is VA naught. So write VA naught. And what is VC1? VC1 is equal to A into VA1, right? A into VA1. And what is VC2? VC2 is equal to A square VA2, right? A square VA2. This is equation number 3. So now write these three equations in the matrix form. So therefore VA, VB, VC, VA, VB and VC, write it in matrix form, right? And VA naught, VA1 and VA2 and their coefficients. So 1, 1, 1. Okay, and second one is 1, and here A square is there, right, as it is A square, and this is A is there here, the coefficient, write it as A. So in third row, VC is equal to VA naught. VA naught means 1, and A into VA1, A is there, A square VA2, A square VA2. So if you multiply this, you will get these three equations, right? This is equation number 4. So this is in terms of matrix form. So we'll write this is the A matrix. Okay. So VA, VB, VC, you can write as V of A, B, C. So this is of V of not 0 1 2. E of 0 1 2 you can write like this. So A matrix is called as, right, 1 1 1 1 A square A 1 into A into A square. So VABC is unsymmetrical voltage that is given by A matrix into V of 0 1 2. So if you want to calculate V of 0 1 2, so we have obtained VABC in terms of, we have calculated VABC, that is multiplication of VA naught, VA1, VA2 in terms of, that is the matrix A. Okay, so I want VA naught, VA1 and VA2 equations. For that, what we have to do? So A matrix inverse of VABC, that will give A inverse of what is VABC? VABC is equal to A into V naught 1 2. That is V naught 1 2 is given by A inverse of VABC. This is symmetrical components relation with unbalanced voltage. So that is A inverse is given by adjoint of A by magnitude of A. So that can be calculated now. Okay. So this term we will discuss in next class, I think. So because time is over. Okay. So we will summarize today's class. Whatever the summarize. So positive sequence, negative sequence, and zero sequence, and A operator. Okay, what is A? A is equal to 1 at an angle 120. A square is equal to 1 at an angle 240. A cube is 1 at an angle 360. A4 is also called as A. A to the power of 5 is equal to A square. 1 plus A square is equal to 0. A cube is equal to 1. A to the power of 4 is equal to A. A to the power of 5 is A square. A conjugate is equal to A square, and A minus A square is equal to J into root 3, and A square A is equal to minus J into root 3, right? And we have discussed positive sequence, negative sequence, and zero sequence components, and we have written the equations VA, VB, and VC, right? And we have written VA, VB, VC all in terms of VA naught, VA1, and VA2. Okay, and finally we will write the matrix in form. The equation is in matrix form: VA, VB, VC, 1 1 1 1 A square A 1 A square into VA naught, VA1, and VA2. If you multiply this, you will get these three equations: equation 1 and equation 2 and equation 3. Is it clear? Any doubt up to here?
Sir,
Really?
sir, I didn't get to VC and VC. Sir.
Didn't get in that equation, second equation and third equation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, look here. So we have written this one VA1, VB1, and VC1. So what is VC1 in terms of EA1? This is 120 degree, right? Here to here. Here to here 120 degree. VA1 to VC1. What is, if you take reference of VA1, what is the relation between VA1 and VB1? This is 240 degree here to here. Is it clear? Relation between VA1 and VC1 and VA1 and VB1. What is the angle here? VA1 ಮತ್ತೆ VC1 ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 120 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಇದೆ. VA1 ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ VB1 ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 240 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಇದೆ. Right? So what we can write here? So VB1 leads VA1 by 240 degree. VB1 leads VA1 by 240 degree. So therefore VB1 is equal to VA1 at an angle 240 degree. ಹೌದಾ?
Sir, writing V.
ಹೇಳಿ. So therefore VA1 at an angle 240, right? And similarly VC1 is equal to VA1 at an angle 120.
Sir,
So
writing
what
VB
is
in terms of VI. Reference.
hmm?
Writing VB in terms of VA, sir.
Okay, writing VB in terms of VA. So VB not VB1 VB2, you know this equation. What is VB naught? VB naught is equal to what? VB naught is also equal to VA naught, is also equal to VC naught. All the angles and magnitude are equal. VA naught, VB naught, VC naught, right? Okay. So in the place of VA naught, VB naught, VC naught, in the place of VB naught, I will write VA naught. Similarly, in the place of VB1, what is VB1? A square VA1. A square, why it is A square? 1 at an angle 240 VA1. 1 at an angle 240 means what? A. Sorry, 1 at an angle 240 means what? A square. So write VB1 is equal to A square VA1. So I will write VB1 is equal to A square VA1. What is VB2? A into VA2. How we will get A into VA2? VB2. 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 VB2 from VA2. 120 degree apart. 120 means 1 into 120 means what? A. 1 into 120 means what? A. A into VA2 is equal to VB2. Substitute here. A into VA2 is equal to VB2. Now it is clear. Similarly,
Yes, sir.
VC naught is also equal to VA naught. Right? What is VC1? VC1 is equal to A into VA1. Substitute here. What is VC2? A square into VA2. Now it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else? Will you take attendance now? Okay, we will end the session. So again we will meet Monday. Okay. So thank you very much.